My brothers and sisters, have you ever wondered why your money just doesn't seem to stay with you? You earn it, you save it, but somehow it disappears. Bills appear from nowhere. Unexpected problems keep showing up, and before you know it, everything's gone. You start to think it's bad luck, but let me tell you something, it's not luck. Sometimes it's spiritual. Sometimes you're losing money because your heart and your intention have shifted away from the one who gives it in the first place. Many of us think losing money is just about poor planning, a tough economy, or maybe a few bad choices. But in reality, sometimes the reason goes much deeper. It's spiritual. You see, Allah is the one who gives, sustains and withholds. He is the one who decides who will have wealth and who will be tested through loss. Yet often we don't realize that we ourselves can be the reason our barakah fades away. It's not always about the amount you earn. It's about the state of your heart when you earn it. When your heart forgets who your true provider is, even if you work day and night, you'll find emptiness in your income. You'll earn, but it won't satisfy you. You'll buy things, but they won't bring you peace. You'll have a full wallet, but an empty soul. And that, my beloved brothers and sisters, is what it means to lose wealth spiritually. Let's think for a moment. How often do we wake up, rush to work, chase after deadlines and come home exhausted, all for money? Yet in that chase, how often do we pause to remind ourselves, I am doing this for the sake of Allah? How often do we begin our work with Bismillah? How often do we purify our intention? When your purpose becomes only money, money starts to control you. But when your purpose becomes Allah, money becomes your servant. It serves your deen, your family, your peace. So let's talk about the first shift, your intention. Many people say, I'm working hard to provide for my family. That's a beautiful intention. But add one more layer to it. I'm earning so that I can please Allah by providing halal food, by supporting good causes, by living with honesty. That small shift changes everything, because when you do something sincerely for Allah, even your worldly effort becomes worship, and that worship attracts blessing. Now imagine two people earning the same salary. One does it with greed, cutting corners, lying when convenient, thinking only of profit. The other earns with honesty, patience, and gratitude. Outwardly, they both earn the same, but spiritually, their results are worlds apart. The first person's wealth will bring stress, arguments, maybe even arrogance. The second person's wealth will bring calm, harmony, and gratitude. That's barakah. It's not about numbers, it's about peace. My brothers and sisters, we sometimes forget that money has a soul, a spiritual weight. If it's earned with deceit, it will carry darkness. If it's earned with sincerity, it will carry light. And that light will bless your home, your health, and your happiness. How many people earn a lot yet can't sleep at night? They're worried, anxious, always chasing more. And how many people earn little yet live with peace and contentment? That's the difference between worldly wealth and spiritual wealth. Let me tell you something. When you start losing money unexpectedly, don't just look at your bank account, look at your heart. Ask yourself, have I wronged anyone in business? Have I ignored charity? Have I become arrogant? Sometimes Allah removes wealth to bring you back to humility because He loves you. He wants you to remember that He, not your job, not your clients, not your company, is your provider. When He withholds, it's not rejection, it's redirection. I've met people who told me, Mufti, I don't understand. I used to make so much, but now everything's gone. My business collapsed, my savings vanished. And when we sit down and talk, I ask them, when things were going well, were you grateful? Did you share with others? Did you give back? And you can see it in their eyes. They realize they forgot. They got lost in success. My brothers and sisters, sometimes Allah has to shake your financial world so that your spiritual world wakes up. When you lose money, it's a test. Will you panic or will you trust? Will you blame everyone around you or will you turn to Allah and say, Ya Allah, show me what you want me to learn from this? Because every loss carries a message. Sometimes the message is clean your earnings. Sometimes it's be more grateful. And sometimes it's simply come back to me. One of the most powerful things you can do when you feel your wealth slipping away is to give. I know that sounds strange. You might think, I'm losing money, how can I give? But that's the secret of the spiritual world. When you give for the sake of Allah, He replaces it in ways you can't imagine. Charity opens doors that effort cannot. It wipes away sins. It protects you from calamity. It brings back barakah that was missing, even if it's a small amount. Give with a heart that says, Ya Allah, I trust you. And remember, the barakah in wealth doesn't only come from what you earn or give, it also comes from how you spend. If your money goes into things that harm your faith or feed your ego, don't be surprised when it disappears. But if your money goes into helping your parents, supporting the needy, investing in good deeds, you'll see it multiply. Allah promises to increase what is used in His path. Let me remind you, my brothers and sisters, that real wealth is not what's in your pocket. It's what's in your heart. You could lose all your money today and still be rich if your faith is strong. Because the true poor person is not the one without money. It's the one without barakah. And barakah only comes from obedience, sincerity, and gratitude. So tonight, when you sit down and think about your finances, don't just plan your budget, plan your intention. Ask yourself, am I earning in a way that pleases Allah? Am I spending in ways that help others? Am I using my wealth to grow spiritually or just to show off? Because the moment you fix your intention, you open the door to divine help. Sometimes the smallest change, a sincere dua before work, an honest deal, a bit of charity can shift your entire life. That's how powerful sincerity is. Allah loves those who earn with humility and gratitude. He blesses their time, their health, their families. Their money may not be the most, but it's always enough. My brothers and sisters, wealth is temporary, but the barakah that comes from pure intention lasts forever. Never forget, Allah doesn't look at how much you have. He looks at how you use it. If you make your intention right, even the little you have will feel abundant. But if your intention drifts, even a mountain of gold will feel empty. So start today. Before you begin your next job, your next business deal, or your next project, pause. Say, Allah, I'm doing this for you. Bless it, guide it, and make it a means of goodness. That one intention shift could be the key to unlocking your wealth, your peace, and your purpose. My beloved brothers and sisters, now that we've spoken about intention, let's go a little deeper into something many of us ignore, the spiritual condition that either opens the doors of provision or quietly shuts them. Sometimes the reason your wealth isn't growing is not because you're lazy or unlucky, it's because something in your life is blocking it. You see, when Allah withholds something from you, it's never random. It's never out of cruelty. It's a divine conversation happening through your circumstances. Allah may be saying, my servant, I love you too much to let you continue down a path that's taking you away from me. And one of the ways He calls us back is by touching the things we value most, our wealth, our comfort, our stability. If you're losing money again and again, or your plans keep collapsing, don't immediately think I'm cursed. Think, maybe Allah is purifying me. Because sometimes He takes away what distracts you to remind you who sustains you. That's not punishment, it's mercy. He's clearing your path for something greater. But here's what many people do wrong. When their money starts disappearing, they panic. They stop giving, stop trusting, stop praying. They say, why should I give charity when I can barely survive? My brothers and sisters, that's when you must give. That's when you must stand firm in faith. Because when you give during ease, you're being thankful. But when you give during hardship, you're showing trust. And Allah loves the believers who trust Him, even when it doesn't make sense. Let's be honest. We all love comfort. We want security. We want that feeling that our savings are enough. Our plans are safe. But the truth is, there is no such thing as guaranteed wealth without Allah's permission. You can have millions and lose them overnight. You can have very little and live peacefully for decades. What protects your wealth is not your bank, it's your barakah. And barakah lives in honesty, generosity, and gratitude. These are not just beautiful words, they are laws of the unseen world. Dishonesty pushes barakah away, generosity attracts it, and gratitude multiplies it. That's how Allah works. If you want your financial life to flourish, start by fixing your spiritual habits. Let me give you an example. You might be running a business, working hard, doing everything right, but you delay paying your employees, you ignore small debts, you owe someone but keep saying, I'll pay later. You think it's no big deal. But those small acts of injustice create spiritual blockages. Allah is just and He loves justice. If your wealth comes at the expense of someone else's right, that wealth won't stay long. Similarly, some of us mix haram and halal earnings without caring. We say everyone does it. But remember, one drop of poison can ruin an entire meal. When haram money enters your home, the peace leaves with it. You'll see arguments for no reason, tension between spouses, disobedience in children, stress that can't be explained. That's not coincidence. It's the spiritual weight of impure earnings. So, what can you do? The first step is repentance. Go back to Allah and say, Ya Allah, I've made mistakes in my income. I've cut corners. I've been careless. Forgive me, guide me, and help me start clean. Do you know what happens when you make that dua sincerely? Allah begins to open doors you didn't even know existed. Suddenly, opportunities appear. People trust you more. Work flows with ease. That's not luck. That's divine mercy responding to your sincerity. The second step is to cleanse your wealth with charity. I can't emphasize this enough. Every time you give, you're washing your wealth from the unseen dirt